I'm going to start now, and I will be starting with an overview of different time frames and their momentum. I've already posted the weekend levels, and I know I sound quite repetitive when I say we're in the same range. But that's what's going on. We are still ranging. It's a ranging market. Generally, this is liquidity driven. Wherever liquidity pulls, the market makers take the price action there. So last week we've seen a lot of shorts building up and we've seen a lift. Now we have to see if this lift is sustainable and if we could continue past the resistance levels, and I'll show you what the resistance levels are. Now I'm going to start with BTC, and here we have the FRVP, yes, the FRVP levels, and as you can see right now we are below the maximum level of support. The minimum level of support is the 16.817k, the point of control, and the lower level of support is 16.3. So as you can see, it's this is the daily time frame. It's a pretty wide gap between these two, and again, I have said it. I'm gonna repeat it. If we're looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels that we've done, we still haven't seen any major correction. Not even a 0.382. That would be 24.2. We've come pretty close to the 25k mark, but we haven't hit it yet. And we have levels of correction to reach, and I believe that the daily will go there, because if we're looking at the regular RSI, we've gone into the overbought for quite some time here, and we still haven't reset to the bottom. We are below the midline on the regular RSI, and we are down on the stochastic momentum. So it looks like the daily wants to make a correction. That's what the daily time frame suggests. Now the daily time frame is in the middle of the 4-hour and the weekly. It's that middle link between the 4-hour and the weekly. The weekly has been down. The weekly has been resetting without any major movement. So you can see from here all along down here, it pumped for a certain amount of weeks. The pump started in January. We're still up above the 55 and the 20 EMA on the weekly, and if we see these crossing at the end of this week, for sure we're going to see a lift. And these two, the 20 and the 55 EMAs on the weekly, are a strong signal for the bull market starting. And I know it's a big buzz phrase out there, but that's I've done a previous analysis in one of my past videos. I'm not going to repeat it. When these two cross, it's one of the final signals to have for a lift to happen. Of course, we are still in uncertain times. The market does not like uncertainty. We're still waiting for the US, for the news from the US on the debt ceiling bill, and we have this. I think the Senate has yet to vote for it before Biden signs it. So we don't have any certainty on that. I'm gonna go through the S&P and the DXY and the news this week as well after I'm done with the TA on BTC and ETH. So weekly is down, but the weekly is holding. The weekly is holding the levels of support. Once we and that's why we've been holding here the 236 retracement, because of the 55 and the 20 on the weekly. These two have been quite strong levels of support. The 4-hour is lifting. The 4-hour is lifting, and the 4-hour for BTC hasn't yet gained the 20. The 20 has crossed down, the stock is lifting, but we are still in the space that I've already posted. On the 4-hour, there's no major change. We're not holding the support, and we are still pretty much, this is the 4-hour space between the 25.9, let's say 26, and 28.2. When we break the 28.2, the previous high, and we continue to break through those levels of resistance, the 29 and the 30, I think this has been proven to be a consolidation, and we're going to lift up to higher levels. If we break the previous low, these two are my levels of validation and invalidation, previous high, previous low. This sideways channel, it is a sideways channel. It doesn't yet have 3 touches to the top, 3 touches to the bottom. It doesn't have to. Again, we are in a pretty uncertain times, choppy action. So I won't be doing too much counting of the swings, but I will be watching these levels. So at the moment, I've cancelled all of my orders. I don't have any orders for either shorts or longs for BTC or ETH, and I will be waiting for any break to the upside or to the downside to happen. I will be waiting for the back test, and then I'll go either long or short. But at the moment, I'm not going to get involved into this. I tried to catch a position last week. I lost 2 stop losses of 5%, not a big deal. But it just goes to show that now's the time to sit back and wait for this to prove itself. It's way too close to these 20 EMAs on 20 and 55 EMAs on the daily, and it's just ranging up and down alongside them. So I'm waiting for a direction. It might be a fake out. That's correct as well, in which case, again, patience is the answer. We will get a trend. So if I have to wait again for another week or so to get a trend, I will be waiting. Now, I don't think a week is the timeline. I honestly think that this week or next week, we're going to have a little bit more clarity on the levels. But in the meantime, 28.2, 26 are key levels for BTC. With momentum being contradictory, daily is pushing down, weekly is coming down, but weekly is holding support, daily is holding support, and the 4-hour is lifting. So it looks like we're going to get at least one more lift, one more touch, probably another higher high here, breaking the 28.3, not going anywhere, just proving this is a zigzag pattern for consolidation to continue down. That's what I anticipate. So another minor lift on the 4-hour, and then a further drop down to correct the daily swing. But that's only where we stand right now, and it is just a projection. I don't have any confirmation of that happening. I would need to see a higher high on the 4-hour, and then I would need to see a 1-2 on the 4-hour, the likes of this here was a 1-2 on the 4-hour, and it took about 4 days to clarify. So you can tell the kind of choppiness that we're in by the time it takes to do a 1-2 on the 4-hour. Okay, I know I'll be going quickly through this because I've repeated this and these levels for the past month. I'd say we are in June right now, the whole month of May. I think ever since the 19th of April has been just, yeah, that's the 20th of April, and we've been ranging, looking like we're making some patterns, but I still believe we are ranging. ETH is in a similar situation, however, in a slightly more solid position, because it is holding the 20 on the 4-hour, so it's gained some support on the 4-hour. Sometimes ETH can get ahead of BTC. Sorry, I needed a little bit of tea. So right now we're meeting the resistance of the 50 on the 1 day, but you can see we're above this divergence line, and we're holding it as support. We're still holding the 20 as support. We haven't yet come down to it. Usually, to me, this is the sign of a 1-2 for a down, but I don't want to be a perma bear. I don't want to say, oh, we're going to correct when we're going to be pumping. But as you can see on the 4-hour, we haven't really gone anywhere. So 19th of April, we made a move down, top out has been confirmed. And then we've been ranging in the space with a couple of spikes to the upside, but these spikes were quickly retraced back into this ranging space. We are above the 20. 4-hour momentum is lifting. However, if we are to change on the 1 day, the stochastic on the 1 day is down. And if we're to look at the regular RSI, here we have ETH is in a more precarious situation because we've had the 2 major peaks here since the previous reset, and this one here didn't actually reset it to the bottom. So we are due a reset on the regular stochastic, on the regular RSI momentum, not the stochastic. The stochastic is turned down at the moment. Again, the 20 and the 55 on the daily are holding. If we are to change to the week and see how we are on the weekly, we have a similar situation. The 20 and the 55 are holding, and the stochastic, it looks like it's turned sideways at the moment, and it looks like it wants to turn up. But we don't know yet, and the stochastic, again, it went twice into the overbought by quite big of a range, and it hasn't yet reset to the bottom. So what I believe we might see today slash tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, we might see a lift above this 4-hour range. Sorry, this is XRP. A lift above this 4-hour range, so we might see we've already reached the high ADR for ETH. Let me just go to the 4-hour. I'm sorry about this. So we might see a higher high here today slash Monday, maybe even at the weekend, then a top out. At the moment, I haven't checked the fib retracement. Okay, so we might go. We've reached a golden pocket of the previous peak, right down to it. We might go as far as 786. Even above the previous peak here, just to make sure we collect all the liquidity and not break this peak, and then start coming down. This peak at 1930 is essential to break for ETH. If that breaks, again with a convincing candle staying above that level, we might see continuation to the upside. And if we close the if we close the week with the crossing of the 20 and the 55 on either BTC or ETH, for sure we're gonna see continuous lift. And then I'll change my my position, and I will be looking for long positions, because obviously we might not be coming back for a correction. We might just keep going for the bull run. I don't think we're gonna do that, but if that signal comes through, then we have a lot of signals for support and momentum lined up for the up. So we need to take what's in front of us. At the moment, we have the 4-hour going up, but we have the daily and the weekly coming down. So that's contradictory. That's indicative of sideways. So we still have to see what happens with this sideways. It needs to make up its mind. Okay, now let's see, in terms of the news, what we have today is quite important. It generally brings as much volatility as the FOMC, and it's the non-farm employment change and the unemployment rate at 1:30 p.m. UK time. That is huge. On Monday, the 5th, that's also the deadline for the debt ceiling. So we will have some news, and something will come out in the meantime. We have red flag at 3 p.m. for New York, which is generally at the same time with the opening of the market. Tuesday looks quite peaceful. But if we do have the bill, the debt ceiling bill, we will for sure have volatility. The unemployment claims at 1:30 on Thursday next week, so no major news in the meantime. So quite a peaceful week next week, but the 5th is a big day, and and today is a big day. 1:30 p.m. UK time, 3:30 my time. Okay, now let's have a look at the S&P and see what it's done. The S&P yesterday failed to break the previous high. So again, we've been ranging. The S&P has showed it clearly better than our coins, because we've been ranging since November on the S&P. Same. We did do a yearly high here 3 days ago. 3 days ago, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was a Tuesday when the market opened after the bank holiday, but which is great. But we haven't really continued anywhere. So this is not good. This is not good, because this is generally what a zigzag for continuation to the downside does. We have 2 bearish divergences on the S&P, and yes, the way it looks right now, I would say the S&P is topping out, and it's lacking strength to break the previous high. It should have broken the previous high in August last year, confirmed this as a large W formation, and headed up. It hasn't done so. It's losing strength. DXY. Now, the DXY has been coming down on the daily. It hasn't yet backtested the 20 on the daily yet. It hasn't managed to break the previous high in March either. So with the DXY coming down, coins are more likely to go up. So if I am to put together what the DXY and the coins are showing, if the DXY will come down to test the 20, that means the coins will go up, not necessarily another level, but will make a high. There's no proportional correlation between the DXY and the coins in terms of percentages, but it's generally an inverse correlation for direction. So the DXY has yet to backtest the 20 the way it has here, the way it's done here. We have 2 situations here: backtesting the 20, holding the 20, continuing to a higher high. That means the coins will drop. If the 20 breaks, if the DXY fails this backtest and breaks down, then we're heading down to backtest the support, and most likely the coins will lift. As you can see in the DXY on the daily, again, we've been ranging. That's the main message. I will be waiting for direction. I don't have at the moment any positions open for any coins. I'm looking at the short in XRP, but again, it will be a very tight stop loss short, because I am mindful of this actually flipping to the upside and continuing. So we do have indicators that are showing great support on the daily, on the weekly, for both BTC, for both BTC and ETH, but no breaking of the resistance. The breaking of resistance and sustained momentum. And by sustained momentum, I mean candles of 10, 20, 30% in a day. That's the bull run momentum. But we are in a fundamental place of uncertainty, economically speaking. We are waiting to see the news with the debt ceiling bill come out. And in the meantime, all we can do is watch the levels and watch for the backtest. We are still a backtest away from the breakout. I'm not convinced that this trend line will hold for support for BTC or for ETH, because of how strong this sideways is. It might, But for that, I need to see the previous 28.2 break, go up, and when it comes down and resets the next 4 hour with support, I'll, for instance, something along these lines, the way it's done so, but for the up, I will look for a position and I'll keep you posted on the Discord. In the meantime, ranging market, no breakout, no resistance, no support at the moment has been broken. So we are looking at this. The whole retail, I believe, is looking at descending wedges and descending triangles for support, but we still haven't broken the previous resistance. So I'm really sorry for being so repetitive, but it's better to be repetitive and get the message across than be unclear. So I will see you on, not on Monday because it's a bank holiday, on Tuesday in the morning. I'll do an update for the new levels if we've had any movement at the weekend. Until Tuesday, have a great weekend, and keep your stop losses tight because we might see great volatility today, 1:30 p.m. with the non-farm employment change. Have a great weekend, guys.